All right. Welcome everyone to the final of the 2023 Harvest League. Thanks to everyone who read questions, read games, played games, read edited questions, or wrote questions this season. Couldn't do it without you. And here we are at the culmination of it with in seat one, we've got Tejas. In seat two, we've got Scott. In seat three, we've got Evan. And in seat four, we've got Dan. Familiar faces all to you, I'm sure, by now. So without any further ado, good luck to everyone. And round one, question one to Tejas. Cool. Which golfer won the 2022 Live Golf Invitational Bedminster? This golfer had their captaincy of the 2023 European Ryder Cup team taken from them after joining Live.
Hovland.
No. Scott?
Henrik Stenson.
It is Henrik Stenson, yeah. I'll just make sure to show the answer each time. And question two. Often used interchangeably with analytic, what adjective describes a function that is complex differentiable at every point in its domain?
Continuous.
No. Evan?
Holomorphic.
Yeah, holomorphic function. And question three. Made with onions, vinegar, brown sugar, liège syrup, and currants, a sauce often eaten with chips in Belgium is named for the French word for what animal? Canonically, Betty Boop ran away from home after refusing to eat Hassenpfeffer, a stew made of this animal.
Squirrel.
No. Dan?
Rabbit.
Correct, yeah. Betty Boop refused to eat rabbit stew. And question one for Scott. American critic Christopher Lasch wrote a book titled For the Culture of What Psychological Condition, which he argued had captured the American psyche in the wake of World War II. Robert Welder produced the first case study of this cluster B personality disorder.
This culture of narcissism.
It is culture of narcissism. Yeah. Question two. The 2026 Milano Cortina Winter Olympics will be particularly special for what Italian curler based in Cortina? This curler will aim to defend the mixed doubles gold medal that she won with Amos Mosana in Beijing.
Here, I don't remember her name though. Too bad I can't draw you a picture of her and show it to you. Not pass. I'm not going to pull it.
Tejas?
Pass.
Evan?
Pass.
Dan?
Pass.
What everyone I'm sure is looking forward to. That's Stefania Constantine.
Yeah, Constantine.
Yeah. Oh, good. The sports quads are curling and golf. Just what I was hoping for.
And question three. The motto, freedom, albeit late, adorns the flag of which Brazilian state? The birthplace of Juscelino Kubitschek. The motto is taken from a separatist movement that began in this state in the late 18th century, when the state was a major economic center of the Portuguese Empire.
Minas Gerais.
It is Minas Gerais.
Oh, phew. Good.
Question one for Evan. Vampire was the first single from Guts, a 2023 album by what singer? Daniel Nigro produced both Guts and the first album by this singer.
Olivia Rodrigo.
It is Olivia Rodrigo. Question two. Assigned female at birth, what Irish person lived as a man and became a military surgeon? As a highly regarded medical practitioner, this man became the first European to perform a C-section in Africa, in which both the child and mother survived.
Riley.
No, Tejas.
Barry.
Yeah, James Barry.
Good job, Tejas.
And question three. Originally founded as part of the CD-ROM business, the Voyager Company, What home video distribution company plays a major role in the preservation of classic and obscure films? Although now out of print, the first Blu-ray format film released by this company was Chungking Express.
Criterion Collection.
Yeah, it is the Criterion Collection. And question 1 for Dan. Who was the editor-in-chief of American Vogue from 1963 to 71, prior to Grace Mirabella and Anna Wintour? This editor is the grandmother of Nicholas, the subject of the film Monk with a camera. 10 seconds. Answer, please.
Bueno, I don't know.
That's time. So you're gonna Tejas,
Pass.
Scott,
Pass.
Evan.
Pass.
That's Diana Vreeland. Question 2.
That wouldn't come.
Merck, the first modern pharmaceutical company, was founded in what city? MDMA was first synthesized in this city, where copernicium was discovered.
Warsaw.
No. Tejas,
I'll pass.
Scott,
Copenhagen.
no. Evan.
Darmstadt.
Yeah, at the
Yeah.
Hexagon
Nice.
Research Center
Yeah, good.
in
Of course
Darmstadt.
it
Yeah.
is.
And last question of the round. What New York rapper formed the politically conscious rap duo with Black Star with Talib Kweli? This artist rapped, "You want to know how to rhyme? You better learn how to add," on his song Mathematics.
At the time, he was known as Mos Def.
Yeah, any of his several names would be fine. Mos Def. Yeah, helps to know that the first album, Black Star album title. And round 2, question 1 for Tejas. What illustrator created the manga Dragon Ball, which has since become a multimedia empire? This illustrator claimed that the reason he stopped drawing manga was because he lost his favorite wooden pen holder.
Toriyama.
Yes, Akira Toriyama. Question 2. Narcissism is a member of what group of overlapping personality traits, with a name coined by Delroy Palhus? Personality traits within this set share a common core of callous manipulation, but are typically of a subclinical nature. Ten seconds. Answer, please.
I'll pass.
Dan?
Antisocial.
No. Scott?
Is this the Dark Triad?
It is the Dark Triad, yeah. With
Yes.
Machiavellianism and maybe psychopathy, I think. And question 3. Having earlier worked for the French crown as a male spy, what soldier was, at the age of 49, publicly recognized as a woman by King Louis XVI? After moving to England and having her pension removed by the French revolutionary government, this soldier raised money through competitive fencing.
Chevalier Dayon.
Yes, Chevalier Dayon. Not thank you for spelling out the very long name that we did not fit in the answer line. And question 1 for Scott. In the book Ring of Bright Water, Gavin Maxwell wrote about taking what sort of animal from an Iraqi marsh and raising it in Scotland. The River Torridge provides the primary setting for a Henry Williamson novel about one of these animals.
Is this an otter?
It is, yeah. Henry Williamson wrote Tarka, the otter. Question 2. Which golfer won the 2022 Live Golf Invitational Chicago? This golfer rose to fame in 2022 with a series of wins across the world, including the Players' Championship and the Open.
Is this Smith?
Yeah, Cameron Smith. And question 3. Soon to be released by Criterion in 4K Ultra HD, After Hours is a 1985 film directed by what man? This man founded the Film Foundation to further his work preserving classic movies.
I love this movie. Martin Scorsese.
It is Martin Scorsese. Question 1 for Evan. With the name translating as Victory Peak, Chengish Chokusu is the highest point of what mountain range? According to Sima Qian, the Yuezhi people originated in the region around these mountains.
Tian Shan.
Yeah, Tian Shan. Right, question 2. In 1981, Diana Vreeland encouraged what Venezuelan immigrant in New York to start her own fashion brand, which is now headed by Wes Gordon. This designer is known for work with Jacqueline Onassis and Meghan Markle, as well as causing a stir by dressing Melania Trump.
Herrera.
Yeah, Carolina Herrera. And what two mathematicians name a pair of partial differential equations that form a necessary and sufficient condition for a complex variable to be complex differentiable? The Möbius transformations are the automorphisms of a model named for one of these mathematicians, and Wolfgang Sellmeier improved an equation describing the relationship between refractive index and wavelength developed by the other of these men.
Cauchy and Riemann.
It is Cauchy and Riemann. Cauchy-Riemann equations. And question 1 for Dan. A sauce often served with chips in Francophone countries, or fries, comprises mayonnaise, mustard, shallots, pepper, vinegar, and chili pepper, and is named for what country? The majority of the Kabyle people live in this country, the world's largest wine exporter in the first half of the 20th century.
Okay. Argentina.
No, Tejas?
Algeria.
It is Algeria. Yep. Sauce Algeria.
Okay.
Question 2. Which Italian skier served as a key ambassador for Cortina's bid for the 2026 Winter Olympics? After injuring her knee in Cortina in 2022, she was able to make a comeback in time for Beijing, where she followed her 2018 downhill gold with a silver medal.
Pass.
Tejas?
Pass.
Evan?
Pass.
Scott?
This Copignoni.
No, this is Sofia Goggia.
Oh.
And last
Oh,
question.
and an Italian skier.
And question 3. What city in Minas Gerais birthed the Inconfidência Mineira, an unsuccessful separatist movement in Brazil? A heart of the Brazilian gold rush, the city was one of the largest in Latin America in the 18th century, boasting a population of around 80,000.
Belo Horizonte.
No, Tejas?
Pass.
Evan?
I'll pass.
Scott?
Minera.
No, it has a name referencing its gold rush. It's Oro Preto, so black gold. What was previously also known as Villa Rica, rich town. Good quick pass there, I think, from Dan. So going into round 3, it's question 1, back to Tejas. Diana Vreeland wrote a column titled Why Don't You? For what magazine? Where she suggested that parents wash your blonde child's hair in dead champagne. Mary Louise Booth was the first editor-in-chief of this magazine that, through a Man Ray photograph of A.D. Fiddlin, became the first major American fashion magazine to feature a black model.
Harper's Bazaar.
It is Harper's Bazaar. Question 2. Otters are not the only literary mustelids. The Ferret Chronicles is a series of short novels by what author? Better known for a self-help novella about a seagull.
Pass.
Evan?
Pass.
Dan?
Bach.
Yeah, Richard Bach. The origin, as you may know, of Bobby Seagull's name. Jonathan Livingston Seagull. And question 3. Daniel Nigro was a producer for When I Needed You, a song on the album Emotion by which artist? Tom Hanks and Justin Bieber featured in the video for I Really Like You, a song by this artist.
Billie Eilish.
No. Evan?
Carly Rae Jepsen.
Yeah, it's Carly Rae Jepsen. And question 1 for Scott. Nitroglycerin was first detonated in what city? Franz Sangalli invented the modern radiator in this city, from which the atmosphere of Venus was first observed.
Milan.
No. Tejas?
Pass.
Evan?
I'll pass.
Ben?
Pass.
At the time, Alfred Nobel was living in St. Petersburg. Question 2. Akira Toriyama was hired to design these iconic slimes for a long-running series of Japanese role-playing games. It was created by Yuji Horii. Allegedly, Japanese police asked for this game to release on Saturdays in order to reduce the number of people who skip work, school, or work to play it.
Dragon Quest.
It is Dragon Quest.
Really?
Yeah.
That was a complete out. Wow. Okay. I am more surprised that I got that than maybe any question I've answered in the last 2 years. Wow.
And question 3. Cape Verde-born Nathaniel Gomez worked in what sort of business while in Rotterdam? His order of chips, shawarma meat, gouda, salad, and sauces is named for the Dutch word for this sort of location, where Gomez may have produced Bantu knots.
A shipbuilder.
No. Tejas?
Port.
No. Evan?
Pass.
Dan?
Barbershop.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or-
Back.
Bantu
Oh,
knots
yeah.
hairstyle. Yeah, capsalon is the capsalon is the name of that dish. And question 1 for Evan. Which golfer's closest chance of victory in a live event came at the 2023 Live Golf Invitational London, where he finished tied for second. This golfer won the 2018 Masters and has gained a reputation for unsporting conduct on the course. Ten seconds.
Justin Thomas.
No. Tejas?
Reed.
Yeah, it's Patrick Reed.
Good get.
I remember the guy everyone hates.
Yeah.
One of them.
Question 2. What Italian biathlete won bronze at 3 consecutive Winter Olympics from 2014 to 2022? This athlete has won 4 individual gold medals at the World Championships, and in 2019, she became only the 3rd biathlete to have a victory in every discipline at the top level of the sport.
Pellegrini.
No. Dan,
Pass.
Tejas,
Pass.
Scott.
This Wirrer,
It is Dorothea Wera.
Nice.
That's a good get. And question 3. Formed in 1986, what New York rap duo is named for its members and released the song Don't Sweat the Technique? This duo sampled a Humphrey Bogart line from The Big Sleep for their iconic track, Paid in Full.
Pass.
Dan?
Eric B. and Rakim.
Yes, Eric B. and Rakim. And question 1 for you, Dan. Assigned female at Bath, what musician began to present as a man from the age of 29, partly to help him succeed in the jazz scene? In 1958, this man's trio turned down the chance to open for Liberace as the house band of a hotel in Reno.
Pass.
Evan?
Pass.
Tejas?
Pass.
Scott?
pass.
That's Billy Tipton. Billy Tipton trio. Question 2. The Tian Shan Mountains are home to what Endorheic Lake, the second largest saline lake after the Caspian Sea. Work by archaeologist Maria Spiro suggests that the first deaths to the bubonic plague occurred around this high-altitude lake in Kyrgyzstan.
Isik Cool.
Yeah, is it cool? Very good. And question 3. In complex analysis, what adjective describes a mapping from U to C that is both holomorphic and has a non-zero derivative everywhere on U? In physics, anti-de Sitter spaces are subject to a hypothesized correspondence to a field theory described by this adjective.
Orthogonal.
No.
Conformal.
Yeah, anti-de Sitter conformal field theory correspondence. So things are tight after 3 rounds with Tejas and Dan on 6, Scott and Evan on 9. For question 1 for Tejas. The tunnel diode was invented in what city? The first artificial snowflake was created in this non-US city, where the term nanotechnology was coined.
Cambridge.
No. Evan?
I'll pass.
Dan?
Now pass.
Scott?
I know the country, but I don't want to risk the city. Pass.
It's Tokyo. Yeah.
Okay,
Dang it.
yeah,
I should have gone for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was in the same boat. It's like it's Japan somewhere, but yeah.
The guy's name was Nakaya who did it, but next
Yeah, I think the tunnel diodes are Asaki diodes, which are developed at Sony. Question 2 for Tejas. What Brazilian national hero was hanged in 1792 for his involvement in the Inconfidencia Mineira movement? A small town in Minas Gerais is named for the mononym by which this man is typically known.
Iridentis.
It is Tiradentes, yeah, the teeth below. And the second highest point in the Tian Shan Mountains has a name that may reference what god of heaven, worshipped in traditional religions of Central Asian and Altaic people.
Tengri.
Yeah, the mountain is Khan Tengri. Question 1 for Scott. Sometimes known as a curve integral, what name is given to the type of integral that is often used in complex analysis and is used to find the value of a scalar along a curve? Stokes' theorem relates the integral of the curl of a vector field to this type of integral of the vector field around the boundary of the surface.
There's a path integral.
Don't have that.
A line integral?
Yeah, I'll just check before we move on. It's a common alternative because it does have a bunch of common names. See if that's on. Yeah, path integral is used interchangeably for line integral. So those are some of the ones listed. But yeah, path integral example point.
Okay.
Yeah. Path integral is is a common
It's been
alternative
so
name.
long since I've taken calc 3 that I couldn't quite remember.
That's fine. Question 2 for you, Scott. Daniel Nigro worked with which singer on her 2014 album Kiss Me Once? This singer had resurgent international success with the 2023 song Padam Padam.
Kylie Minogue.
It is Kylie Minogue, yeah. And question 3. Who formed the rap duo Clips with his brother No Malice, alongside whom he dealt drugs? This New York rapper behind the 2018 album Daytona also released The Story of Adidon, a diss track targeting Drake.
Pusha T.
It is Pusha T. Yeah. Not. Yeah. And question 1 for Evan. What psychologist wrote the first academic study of narcissism and analyzed its relation to the figure of the double in literature? This Austrian developed a social theory of guilt in an influential book titled The Trauma of Birth.
Rank.
Yeah, Otto Rank. Question 2. Slap chips, a soft variety of French fries, are typical of the food of what city? The chips are used in a Gatsby sandwich, a product of this city near the Constantia wine growing region. Ten seconds. Answer, please.
Maastricht.
No. Tejas.
Pass.
Dan.
Right, Cape Town.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus wine. Cape Town. And question 3. Turned into an anime series in the 1980s, which Akira Toriyama manga featured Senbei Norimaki, a genius but lecherous inventor. This manga is set in Penguin Village. Ten seconds. Answer, please.
Bleach.
No. Tejas.
Pass.
Dan.
Pass.
Scott.
Nope. Pass.
They're called Dr. Slump. And
You say so.
question one for Dan. The Criterion edition of what film bears the spine number of 1? This 1937 film concerns a group of prisoners of war. It has a title inspired by a 1909 work of international relations by Norman Angell or Angel.
The Grand Illusion.
Yeah, the Grand Illusion.
Yeah. Good one.
Question 2. Which South African golfer won the 2022 Live Invitational Portland? This golfer was the first to shoot a round of 62 in a major, doing so at the 2017 Open.
Brandon Grace.
Is Brendan Grace. And final question of the round. Conradin rebels against his domineering guardian by adopting and worshipping a ferret named Sredni Vashtar in a story by what ironical British author, also known for the story The Open Window?
Saki.
It is Saki. Well, H.H. Munro. So Scott on 12, Evan and Dan now tied on 10, Tejas on 8. Question 1 for Tejas. What Italian speed skater won the gold medal in the 500-meter short track event at both the Pyeongchang and Sochi Winter Olympics? No skater has won more short track Olympic medals than this woman, who, in 2022, overtook Stefania Belmondo as the most decorated Italian woman at the Winter Olympics.
Pass.
Evan?
Pass.
Scott?
Ariana Fontana.
Yes, it is Ariana Fontana. Excellent answer. Question 2. In conjunction with Home Vision Entertainment, Criterion produced a DVD collection of films made by what production company? More than half of the 44 films made by this company have scripts written by Ruth Prower Jumvala.
Merchant Ivory.
It is Merchant Ivory. Imaginary Productions. Yeah. Question 3. Formed in 1991, what New York rap duo comprised Havoc and Prodigy? This duo addressed all the killers and $100 billers on their track Shook Ones Part 2, which they included on their album, The Infamous.
Mobb Deep.
It is Mobb Deep.
One of my all-time favorite groups.
Likewise. Saw them in Oxford once. And question 1 for Scott. The lowest point in the Tian Shan system is located in what depression in Xinjiang? Located just west of Urumqi, this depression is home to Lake Aiding, which is situated 154 meters below sea level.
Turfan depression.
Say again, please.
Turfan.
No. Evan?
Pass.
Pages?
Turpan.
Turfan. Yeah, I knew it when I said it, and I didn't want to give it away. Yeah.
Question
Good one.
2. The author born Alice Sheldon adopted what male pen name in order to further their career as a science fiction writer, during which they wrote the acclaimed short story collection 10,000 Light Years from Home. A sci-fi prize name for this pen name was renamed the Otherwise Award because Sheldon killed her husband in a murder-suicide.
Thousand Light Years from Home. Who did that?
10 seconds.
Tiptree.
Yep, that's right. James.
Oof.
Nice.
James Tiptree. I
James
knew
Tiptree
it was
Jr.
James. I knew it was James, and the Tiptree wasn't coming to me.
And question 3. Diana Vreeland coined the word youthquake for the sudden cultural influence that people can have, and notably applied it to which of Andy Warhol's superstars? This star of the autobiographical film Chow Manhattan died of an overdose at age 28.
So, Eve Sedgwick.
Yeah,
Well done.
Yeah, I didn't want to say she came up last month in Regions, but she came up last month in
You
Regions.
did indeed. Yeah.
Yep, I was like, what's her name? What's her name? The one the Velvet Underground song was about.
Question 1 for Evan. The metabolic pathway for the breakdown of lactose was first explained in what city? The role of pituitary hormones in regulating blood sugar was first explained in this city, the home to the first Atomic Energy Commission outside the USSR or USA.
Oslo.
No. Page.
Yes.
Dan.
Right at this point. Stockholm.
No. Scott.
Yes.
It's Buenos Aires. There's a lactose pathway is Leloir. They're one of the few Argentinian Nobel Prize winners.
That was a good level 4 quad. You might know a lot about discoveries, but you don't necessarily know where they were discovered. So that was a good idea for a quad for a hard.
Many of the most famous colonial era churches that remain standing in Minas Gerais were designed by what Baroque architect and sculptor who had a nickname meaning little cripple?
Alejandro.
Yeah, Alejandro. And question 3. Gwyn and Jink are pine martens who belong to Dustfinger, a character who emerges out of a novel within a novel in Inkheart, the first in a series of fantasy books by what German author?
Cornelia Funke.
Yeah. And question 1 for Dan. What martial arts teacher in the Dragon Ball series is yet another lecherous old man created by Akira Toriyama? This teacher of Son Goku, Krillin, and Yamcha is often depicted wearing a tortoise shell on his back.
Times like this, I regret getting up in Dragon Ball after like 4 episodes. Piccolo, that's not right.
You're right, that's not right. Evan?
Norito.
No. Tejas?
Master Roshi.
It is Master Roshi.
Well done.
I knew Tejas was gonna jump on that one.
And question 2. Daniel Nigro wrote and produced the song Can't Break Me Down, for which British singer, who, in 1983, released the new wave album Rebel Yell.
William Idol. Billy Idol.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, his real name, yeah, William. Michael.
Yeah, William Broad. I know.
I'll give you the hybrid answer there. So, and final question. Anthropological writings by Ernest Crawley inspired Sigmund Freud to discuss what form of narcissism. First named by Freud in the book Civilization and Its Discontents, this form of narcissism seeks to explain why people who are generally similar, nevertheless experience feelings of strangeness and dislike towards each other.
No, I'm just trying antisocial again, I guess.
Sorry?
Antisocial. That's what I'm-
Okay. Evan?
Autopathic.
No. Tejas?
Narcissism with small differences.
Yeah. So,
That's good.
didn't need to come with anything fancy. Yeah, narcissism of small differences, narcissism of minor differences. So the Italian winter athletes make the difference for Scott. He
Yeah,
takes
well done.
15. I think this must be, I think 11 must be the highest fourth place score we've had in a final. I think that for what it's what, like I think this is a well played final all around.
I'm just glad I didn't totally embarrass myself this time.
Yeah, I don't think
so-
anyone got anywhere close to doing that. I think this is a really well played final all around. Really great
Yeah,
answers.
great game.
Yeah,
Great
good
game.
game. Yeah,
Yeah,
congrats,
well
Scott.
done, Scott. Well earned.
Yeah.